Hey guys, the metro area is chock full of public arts, and if you don't believe me, just take a look outside your front door. All right, guys, so I'm here with Nan Maslin, and we are talking about all over the map, and we are talking public art. So tell us a little bit about when someone's referring to public art, what does that mean?
Well, in the most general definition, public art means art that's visible in the public. But more specifically, we're talking about art that is commissioned by either the county or the city. And then we also have in our region pieces that are funded by federal projects and also some state projects as well.
Really? Okay. So when someone comes to the Albuquerque Museum to see this exhibit, what are they going to see?
They're going to see some things they recognize. We have pieces in the collection here that are sculptures that are from both the county and the city public art programs. They're going to see some pieces they may have never seen before, and a whole bunch of artists are represented. We have 150 artists represented in this exhibit, but there's a lot more that goes beyond this. So this is just sort of a teaser for everything that they can find in the region for public art.
I'm here with Sherry Brueggemann with the City of Albuquerque. So Sherry, share a little bit of the history of public art in the metro area with us this morning.
Sure. Well, our exhibit actually goes back 125 years worth of public art and functional art in Albuquerque. And thanks to Professor Mark Childs at UNM, who did a lot of the historic research about some of the early objects in our community. We have pictures of very early bronze sculptures. We have pictures of like the famous sort of baseball that everybody knows and loves from Isotopes Park that's been moved around a few times, all the way through the contemporary times. So in 1978, the city of Albuquerque started its public art ordinance. We were the 15th program in the country, and in 1991, Bernalillo County adopted its ordinance too.
And every wall in here has got a bit of history and a different style as well, right? So we can come in here and see different elements of public art throughout the metro area.
Right. This wall we're standing up against is really short. The history section goes up to about the mid-1990s. Then we move into a section that features all of the history of the murals in Albuquerque. We have a section about the future of public art. We have one whole wall that just shows off how public art is fabricated. Everything from the artist designs to cranes picking it up and putting it in sight, picking it up off of semi-trucks. And we also have some interesting little sections about materials that work good in the outdoors. We have a section about temporary public art that both the city and the county have been engaged in. And artwork that is just smaller interior work that goes inside buildings like libraries and community centers. We like to do business with all kinds of artists.
I love sculpture. It's one of my favorite pieces of visual art, which kind of leads us into also one of my favorite parts of public art, which are the large sculptures that we see around the Duke City. Right. So in addition to those, let's talk about some of the different types of public art.
Sure. Well, in our outdoor environment, we have very large works like what this little maquette represents outside the museum. We have figurative bronzes that represent different people in our history in our community. We've got works that are inspired by the landscape. So we have land art, which actually uses the land in some way, either stones or moving earth. We've got sort of high-tech sculptures that might be aligned with the cardinal axis of directions that channels sunlight, or all kinds of artwork that people can see out there.
Nan, what is the future of public art in the metro area?
The future of public art is more interactive, something that engages the public, begs for them to come over and see what it's all about. And we have this project that is in a conceptual phase now with the Bernalillo County Arts Board that is, at this point, 2 models for mobile arts units.
Okay.
And the idea here is that it's a sculpture in itself, but it also would go to various community centers, open spaces, and have arts programming to invite people to engage with it directly.
Okay.
And we are asking for feedback about these 2 designs and how the public may use them. And so we have this interactive part of the exhibit here with some little coloring book pages where you can draw in your idea of how this might be used.
So for more information on all over the map and what's going on at the Albuquerque Museum and really the public arts in your community, head over to CASA.com.